While certain jobs and careers require a college degree, many don't. Quite a few jobs pay $200,000 a year without a degree if you don't mind learning a trade or skill. Here's what you need to know and which jobs pay the most. Let's talk about the 10 jobs that pay $200,000 a year without a degree. 1. Pilot. Average salary range, $163,101 to $210,000. With the growing need for pilots, this job has shot up in salary. While before 2020 many pilots were making an average of $160,000 a year, they're now signing on for at least $190,000, and often more. But there are a few steps and requirements to becoming a pilot. First, you'll need to be under the age of 45 before starting and have impeccable health. You can't have epilepsy, drug or substance abuse problems, diabetes, or eye problems that require glasses or contacts. Next up, you'll need to pass a few exams and have at least 2,500 student pilot training hours for most commercial airlines. You'll also need a few other certifications too, including a medical and student pilot certificate. However, if you can put in the work, you can become a commercial pilot in a little under 18 months. 2. Web developer. Average salary range, $81,000 to $123,000 full-time. Varies if self-employed. If you've got a thing for computers, and you're wondering what jobs can you make $200,000 a year, this is the one. You can learn how to make websites from scratch and become a web developer. While you can have this as a W-2 job, you can also branch out as a freelancer and make even more than $200,000 a year. Besides building up your portfolio and gaining experience, you only need to have coding skills in order to be a web developer. And the more coding skills you learn, the more you can charge. To get started as a web developer, you can learn how to code with websites like Codecademy and Free Code Camp. 3. Software developer. Average salary range, $93,000 to $240,000 full-time. Varies if self-employed. If you like solving difficult problems and can build apps or games, or want to learn how to do it, you can earn quite a bit as a software developer. Software developers create computer programs for larger computer software, and can work on multiple applications, including apps, games, and systems, like CRMs. Just like website development, you'll earn significantly less working for a corporation, especially when you're starting. However, by continuously upgrading your skills and building your portfolio, you can earn more as upper management or branch out independently. And the best part about this job? All you need is a laptop or computer and internet access. 4. Sales executive. Average salary range, $55,000 to $220,000. Varies based on experience and industry. Yes, you must have a certain skill set to be a salesman, and many people don't want to work in this industry because of their idea of what a salesman is. What do you think of when you picture working in sales? Most likely, being sleazy may be high on your list. But sales is what makes money. Everything is being sold at all times in a capitalist society. Wondering how can you make $300,000 a year without a degree? If you are extroverted, don't mind being told no, and are fairly charming, you can learn how to be a top salesman and work across multiple industries, many of which pay $300,000 or more each year. Sales is so easy to do if you have the skills. You really just need a phone, laptop, product, and a list of numbers and emails to reach out to. Many jobs also pay extra when reaching sales goals, which increases your salary. 5. Commercial truck driver. Average salary range, $56,000 to $100,000 full-time. Varies if self-employed. Want an easy job that pays $200,000 a year? Truck driving could be it. Becoming a commercial truck driver is one of the easiest and quickest trades you can learn. Many new truck drivers start making at least $56,000 to $70,000 in their first year. A lot of them love that they can travel for free and live life on the road. It's a win-win for introverts and those who love seeing the country. You can make significantly more by having your own truck fleet, since there's usually a cap on how much you can earn from a full-time job. Sure, this will require buying the trucks and opening your own business, but the income earning potential is limitless when you have your own business. 6. Oil rig worker. Average salary range, $67,000 to $230,000. First things first, being an oil rig worker is extremely dangerous and not for the faint of heart. However, if you're a thrill seeker and want to work in an industry that pays extremely well, this is the job for you. To become an oil rig worker, you'll need to be at least 18 years old and in top physical shape, since this is a manual labor job. You'll also need to be able to travel and work 12-hour shifts. It's also important to note that this industry lacks security since oil rigs are tied to the economy. But when things are good, they're really good, as you can see by the salary range. 7. Real estate agent. Average salary range, $62,000 to $350,000. This is one of my favorite jobs that pay $200,000 without a degree. Quite a few of my friends have made a great living as a real estate agent. It might just be the career you're looking for. In order to make around $200,000 a year, or more, as a real estate agent, you'll need to be in the right location. You'll make significantly less living in a small town in Alabama than you would in a bustling city like Miami. So keep in mind that while you can earn quite a bit, your cost of living may be high too. There aren't many requirements for real estate agents, but most likely, you'll need certification before getting your license, depending on the state you're in. Some states also require you to study under someone or take certain tests, but it varies. 8. Air traffic controller. Average salary range, $89,000 to $200,000. They manage air traffic from a control tower. Plus, they check flight schedules and give pilots clearance for takeoff or landing on the runway. Note that you'll have to pass the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, air traffic pre-employment test and have 3 years of progressively responsible work experience. Entry-level applicants are also required to complete training courses at the FAA Academy in Oklahoma City. 9. Criminal investigator. Average salary range, $47,000 to $200,000. Criminal investigators collect and analyze evidence from crime scenes. They are responsible for investigating complex criminal activities and local, federal, or state law violations. For this job role, you'll need a high school diploma or GED certificate to meet the education requirement. Most investigators will need additional training, but employers don't usually require post-secondary education. 10. Subway operator. Average salary range, $42,000 to $200,000. Subway operators run the subway, elevated suburban trains, or electric-powered streetcars, to transport passengers from one location to another. This job role requires you to get a high school diploma or equivalent. Read more. 30 best paying jobs in consumer services. Is it a good career path? 25 best paying jobs in energy. Is energy a good career path? 15 best paying jobs in real estate investment trusts, 2023 edition. Is $200K a year rich? If you can find jobs that make $200,000 without college, you might be feeling like you struck the jackpot. But is $200,000 a year a lot of money? A salary of $200,000 is comfortably upper middle class, or middle class if living in a high cost of living area. Of course, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you spend and save, and how you pay off debt. So for many people, $200,000 a year is rich. For others, it may not be. How can I get 6 figures without college? In order to earn 6 figures, or multiple 6 figures, a year without college, you'll most likely need one of 2 things. A trade or skill that makes that amount. Your own business where you can charge what you want. The options we will discuss on this list don't require a 4-year degree, but for some you'll need to learn a trade or go to school for at least a little while. Still, many of the options are a lot easier and cheaper to learn than going to college for 4 or more years. What's the fastest trade to learn? You can learn commercial truck driving and start out with a job earning at least $70,000 a year in as little as 160 training hours, or less than 90 days. This will also depend on your driving record and the state that you're in, but it's an easy license to get and can earn you quite a bit of money. Plus, the demand for drivers will likely remain high for quite a few years. The highest paying job that doesn't require a degree is being a commercial pilot. While the median annual wage is around $160,000, many pilots are taking advantage of the pilot shortage and getting jobs earning around $190,000 to $210,000 a year. What job is the most in demand right now? For jobs that don't require a degree, commercial truck drivers are the most in demand. Second and third are sales representatives and software engineers. What is a low-stress, high-paying job? There are many reported low-stress and high-paying jobs that you can give you great job satisfaction. Some of the top-rated low-stress job roles include radiation therapist, web developer, and software developer. None of these jobs require a 4-year degree, and there are even a few where you can learn skills on the job or on your own. Jobs that pay $200,000 a year without a degree. Which will you choose? There are so many high-paying jobs that don't require degrees, and these jobs that pay $200,000 a year without a degree are just the start. Anyone can make money with just about any skill, but it takes hard work and innovation, no matter what you decide to do. Now that you have a list of jobs that pay $200K a year without a degree, which one will you choose?